Hi everybody, this is Boogess Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Deadpool and Chill figure. So before we take a look at Deadpool, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So he comes with the torso and head of the Sauron Build-A-Figure. Let's get that in view there. And now my Sauron is finally complete. One thing I wanted to mention is popping these arms in was a lot harder than I imagined. I felt like I was going to break them. I was going to say I just about did break them, but I didn't. It just felt like I was going to break them putting them in. The legs went in really easily, but the arms didn't pop in the greatest. But now I think I have them in all the way. So he comes with that, and he comes with these two blasters. This bigger one. I think these are like the Nerf blasters. They're shrunk down. And honestly, I don't mind it on this figure. It doesn't look that bad. Let's go ahead and wedge that in his hand. Now, his hand holds these very tightly. And that's a complaint I've had with most Deadpool figures, is they can't hold all of their accessories right. So, with this bigger blaster, I'm just putting it in his right hand. You can put it in either hand. And then it comes with this shorter blaster. And both of these came with Domino, Silver Sable, and was there another figure that had these? It might have just been these two, but these are reused, except this time they're done in this black kind of plastic. And like I said, normally I don't like them, especially for characters like Domino, because she uses pistols. But, you know, this Deadpool's just funny, so it doesn't bother me. I mean, I wish they would have included just a normal pistol to put right here in his holster. That would have been good. But it doesn't bother me that bad. So, taking a look at this head sculpt, I really like this head sculpt. I think it looks really good. I like how they have the wrinkles sculpted in the mask, how it's up over his nose. And his teeth, they're not painted the best, especially right here at the left corner of his mouth. And the right corner over here, it's painted pretty good, but on this left side, on the right side it's painted good, but the left side it isn't. Now, he does have a bunch of his scars sculpted, and if you look really closely, you can see the muscle right here. In all the scars, you can see the muscles, and I really wish Hasbro would have done some red in them. Maybe they can't do that. Maybe they would deem that too gruesome, you know, because kids do still buy these toys. I don't know. I think it would have been nice if they would have painted that on. Just like on his legs, he has some great sculpt detail, but really not a lot of paint detail. Well, no paint detail at all in the scars, because there you can see his muscles. I would have preferred them to be red, you know, instead of just blending in with the flesh color. But for the upper torso, you just get the standard Bucky cap and the forearms right here from the Marvel Now Deadpool. I'll show that off right here. So you can see that the upper torso is the same. The head sculpt is new. Now on mine, the right arm does that. His right arm kind of looks like it's broken. And the left arm it's slightly warped, but not as bad as this. And I have another issue with his shoulders right here. First of all, you can see that they didn't cut all the plastic right there from the joint. And second of all, they really don't move at all, which I'll show when I get into the articulation a little more. But from the waist down, he's completely new. Well, I mean, minus the belt here. This is also from the Marvel Now Deadpool. And this one had more paint detail. It had a slight wash to it. And the grenades were painted green. These are just the same colors. The belt brown. And that doesn't look good. There's a yellow dot right there. I'm not sure what that is because it's not supposed to be the button right there. So that's pretty odd. But yeah, this is, I mean, the Deadpool insignia on his belt is painted on pretty nicely. But this just doesn't have the paint detail that this one had. So looking at the lower torso, which is all new, you have him in his boxers. And they have those Deadpool hearts on them. And I just like the way they're sculpted and the way the joints are right here. I just think it looks, I don't know, it just looks really natural. I like how the joint is hidden right there by his boxers. So that looks pretty cool. And here are his legs. Now, one thing that's weird is right here, he has this, the production number on his leg. I would have preferred that to be on his foot or something like that. But it almost looks like his skin is graying. And I think it might be because they cast the legs in gray plastic because of this. The sock right here is gray, and I think they just painted the skin tone over it. That's what it looks like. Now, that wouldn't make much sense to cast, you know, something that's a majority of this flesh color in gray, where there's just a little bit of gray. So, I don't know if it was actually cast in that or not, but it almost looks like it. But it really doesn't bother me because his skin, you know, it is supposed to be damaged, so even though I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to have that graying to it, it doesn't look that bad. Now, as I said before, you can see that he has a bunch of sculpt detail in between all of these scars where it's just open and his muscles are showing. And like I said, maybe Hasbro didn't do that because they might deem that like too gruesome. I don't know. But it would have been nice to see some red down in here. And then there's his sock. And I feel like it should have been white instead of gray. But it doesn't look too bad. It is kind of crumpled a little bit. And then he has these pink fuzzy slippers. And they have some really good sculpt detail to them as well. And I almost thought it was a separate piece because it was removable. Well, it is a separate piece, but it's not removable. It's glued down. I thought it would have been nice if you could have taken them off and like you could actually see his toes and the rest of his sock here, but nope. Honestly, his foot probably just ends right there, and then it's just the slipper here. But it would have been cool if you could have removed them. I probably would have lost them if they were removable, so maybe it's a good thing it wasn't. I don't know. So now let's go over the articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can look back all the way. He can look down all the way. He can move his head side to side. Now here's my issue with the articulation. He has ball-jointed shoulders, but his right shoulder doesn't move at all, and his left shoulder moves really slightly. Now they'll move up and down just fine. It makes that clicking noise, but they move up just fine. But don't move out at all. So that's pretty irritating. He has swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist that can move side to side really slightly. The joints are pretty stuck, though on the left side it's a little bit better. So yeah, I'll probably end up boiling this. I haven't had this for too long, so that's why I haven't boiled it, but I figured I'd just show it off in the video. But he has swivel at the wrist that can move side to side and up and down. The side to side on this one is a little bit more stiff. He has an ab crunch that can move back just a little bit and forward all the way. He has swivel at the waist. It also makes that clicking noise. He has ball jointed hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. He has swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and he has an ankle rocker. So the articulation is pretty good on this figure, especially in the lower half. I mean, the upper half is pretty much what you'd expect because most of it is just that Bucky cap mold, though mine has that issue with the shoulders. So now let's do some size comparisons here. Now, all of the size comparisons are just going to be to different Deadpools. Oops. Okay, let's try to get him to stand. There. Now, I remember a time when everybody wanted a Deadpool figure because the 2008 version was hard to find. The Toy Biz version was even harder to find. And now we have a million different Deadpools. So, here he is next to the first post-2012 Marvel Legends Deadpool, I should say. They originally made him in 2008, but I don't have that version. Here's the Marvel Now Juggernaut version. And this is probably my least favorite because mine, I don't know about anyone else's, but mine couldn't hold any of his accessories. I had to use rubber bands to get him to hold them. So yeah, this is probably my least favorite Deadpool. Here he is next to another Deadpool from this wave, the X-Men outfit Deadpool figure. And finally, here he is next to the new Riders Wave Deadpool. This one comes with the Vespa. And these two are probably my favorite Hasbro Deadpool figures. I I really wanted to like the X-Force one, but it was basically the same thing as the Marvel Now version, just in gray. So I wasn't really a fan of it. But this one is definitely my favorite Hasbro Deadpool figure, and this is my second favorite. At first I was like, why do we need a Deadpool figure in his boxers? But I really like this figure. I'm shocked with how much I like it. I'm definitely going to boil the figure to get the joints loosened up, but other than that, it's a really good figure. So, I was shocked by that, I'll admit it. So, that's my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.